Genesis chapter 49, introduction. So what is this chapter about? This is the continuation of the blessings of Israel. Okay, we will look in the teaching part, in the conclusion part, at why this is important, understandably, to the people, to the Israelites on their way to the promised land. So this is for Jacob, Israel here blessing his sons, but for Moses later on, it is to explain to them what lies ahead of them, or explain their circumstances. Okay, so first in the previous chapter, Manasseh, Ephraim were blessed. Joseph, therefore, but his two sons adopted, and so they are the blessed. So by blessing Manasseh and Ephraim, he was blessing Joseph, his beloved son. In this chapter, the rest of them comes, Benjamin included, understandably, and to each he gives a certain thing. Okay, so he reminds Reuben of the sin he committed. He reminds Simeon and Levi about the sins they committed. He gives a big prophecy concerning Judah as the one who will be the leader. He's from his tribe, the leader will ultimately, and they will serve him. Scattering of Levi, for example, and Simeon. And he speaks of even certain areas where some of them will be living, like at the sea, or etc. Right? So, yes, ultimately from this, people ask the question: so how could Judah know this? How could Israel know this? If these things are going to happen only centuries from now, then this could not have been written by Moses ultimately, because even when Moses wrote this, they were not in the promised land yet. So these things were not true yet. Sure, David was born years later, again after Moses' death, centuries later after Moses' death. So, and since people don't believe in prophecies, they therefore, I mean, even liberal Bible scholars don't believe in prophecies. And if that is true, if prophecies can't happen, if this could not be, if no one can foretell what will happen in the future, then sure, this must have been written at a lot later stage, after the life of David, right? But yes, I will get back to this point again. I don't believe in it. I believe in prophecy, and I believe, therefore, that this is not a fact of a statement of what happened after everything. Okay, so they keep on blessing after blessing, son after son being called in, and then ultimately the chapter ends with Jacob, Israel, informing them that they must not bury him there in Egypt, right? Because that is faith. They will go back to the land of Canaan. This is where they're supposed to be. This is where his parents are. And his children will be there ultimately as well. And so he wants to be buried there. So he made sure that they promised him that after his death, that they will take him there and bury him there. And so the chapter ends with him pulling up his legs, which is kind of euphemism as well. In other words, he died. That's that. And he was taken to his ancestors, basically. This is how the chapter ends.